Lads, if you're serious about unlocking your full masculine potential, then these are the 5 daily habits I would recommend you get tapped into, take your life to the next level. And make sure you stay around for habit number 5, because that one's going to be a game changer. So habit number 1 would be morning mastery. Every single morning, you have to make sure that you are set, prepped and ready to rock and roll to have a successful day. I honestly believe that mindset is key. But it's not just mindset in an airy-fairy way, it's about how you set your mind. And the best morning routine starts the night before. So every evening, a couple of things I would recommend you do straight off the bat is prepare yourself. That way you can remove decision fatigue first thing in the morning and get straight stuck into what actually matters to get yourself winning every single day. So little examples here more than anything else is, number 1, lay your socks and pants out the night before. How fucking frustrating is it when you wake up in a fucking daze, you're, trying to get in your 6 a.m. grind, your 5 a.m. grind, whatever it may be, you're getting up nice and early, and you're scrunching about like looking for socks and pants, and you're like, what the fuck, where are my fucking clothes for the day? And you're starting to freak out, right? So you want to lay everything out the night before to remove that pressure, that stress, that thinking first thing in the morning. Then from there, what you want to be thinking about is what are the habits I actually want to put in place and how can I systemize them? So pants and socks laid out the night before, gym gear laid out the night before, you want your supplements laid out the night before, because fuck me, how frustrating is it when you have to like individually take pills out of little supplement tubs and put them into like another container to actually take. So lay them all out the night before so you can just gulp them first thing in the morning. And then when it comes to hydration in the morning, you want to be making sure that first thing that you consume on the AM is pre-made. I call it the morning elixir, which is essentially Berocca, creatine and pink Himalayan salt. And I put that in the fridge the night before. So I wake up in the morning, straight to the fridge, boom. Hydration is already taken care of, because you're going to be so fucking dehydrated in the morning. And the thing is, being a high performer, you want to make sure you're putting the right fuel into the system first thing in the morning, hydrating, getting some natural light, getting your supplements and getting everything sorted so you're in peak state to perform at your absolute best for that given day. And so many fucking guys like fail at this straight off the bat, because what they tend to do is they're like, you know what, I'm going to hit that kind of early morning wake up time, get my grind, start flowing, start going. But they just fail to prepare for what that morning actually has to look like. So you can actually take 5 to 15 minutes in an evening, write down your core goals for the following day, have your morning elixir taken care of, your supplementation, your dress code set for the day. Think about how much more flow you're going to have in the morning. So when your alarm goes, it's just a systematic approach of put the clothes on, hydrate, take your supplements, and boom, you're off to the races. Habit number 2 in the morning to tackle would definitely be a consistent training regime. Every single morning at 6 a.m, I have my core non-negotiable training workout planned. What I do in this session is very, very simple. It's a basic rotation of a push-pull legs that I run every single day. Sometimes it might be a crazy hard session, sometimes it might be a bit lighter. But I tell you what, I have that session boxed off in my diary as a non-negotiable, because what that training session is going to do for you guys, it's going to put you in a highly elevated state. It's going to get your mind right, it's going to oxygenate your body, and it's going to allow that blood flow to really kick off first thing in the morning, which is so essential to operate at a really high standard across the course of the day. Because see, if you are waking up foggy and groggy, rolling into work, grabbing a fucking steak, baking away in, and just starting your day, you're going to feel pretty knackered, man. You've not done anything to actually elevate you, get you into like gear number 6 for the day, and you're just going to be coasting. And you're going to feel, finishing off from work, your bandwidth's going to be fucked because, again, you've not followed habits number 1. And then you're going to go try train. Or, you know what, you're going to most likely make an excuse and not train at all. So we want to be making sure training is getting done first thing in the morning. And guys, it doesn't have to be a specific training split. Like for all our guys in VIP and CEO, we make sure they have a consistent training split locked in. So again, we're removing that decision fatigue so they know the what, the why, the how, in terms of what they need to do. But as long as you get some form of movement in to tonic the mind, to activate the body, you're going to be in a far superior position, more so than anyone else. Any of your colleagues, any of your friends, you're literally going to like skyrocket past them with your potential, your success, because you're doing something for you in the morning that's difficult, that's challenging, that's actually going to like go into the bank of personal development and grow you, develop you, get you into a really good spot. So it could generally just be a walk, some stretching, some push-ups, some squats. It could be anything. But as long as you're paying your fucking dues and putting that personal investment into you on that morning, it's just going to cultivate a really solid mindset for the rest of the day and make sure you're firing on all cylinders for work, for relationships, for social life, whatever you're doing on that given day, but it has to be locked in as a non-negotiable. Habit number 3 would be fueling for peak performance. And this is absolutely essential, boys. If you do not know your macros, if you do not know how to lay out your nutrition for operating at your best, you're going to be feeling like a sack of shit all fucking day. And I see guys do this all the time. Waking up in the morning, they're straight to a coffee, they're grabbing a wee bowl of fucking cinnamon crunch, sugar and carbs, feeling knackered going into work, grabbing a Red Bull, grabbing a fucking couple of biscuits, cracking on with their work, getting a fucking like Greg's or something at lunch, and you probably think I've got like a vendetta for Greg's right now, but I just see it happen all the time. You're eating highly processed pastries, fucking all these sugars, all these fucking carbs, and you're feeling minging. No wonder you got that little muffin top. No wonder you got those little soft titties. It's because you're eating like an infant would. Or you're eating like someone who just generally does not respect themselves. So we got to know your macros, your proteins, your carbs, your fats. And you got to think deeper than that, right? And I do this every single day. I journal at the end of the night. And I look at my nutrition and I think, what times of the day would I feel my best? When did I deploy this meal, that meal? And how did it make me feel? Because see, when I know I have like a big rice dish in the afternoon, let's say rice and chicken, put away 250 grams of like Thai jasmine rice, I will hit a carb coma off the back of that. I will feel sluggish and I will not be able to show up for my calls, for my clients and for myself. And I'll most likely need to lie down. So the thing is, what we want to do is think about when we deploy certain macronutrients and put yourself in a position to actually manage that as closely as you can to peak, to like essentially reach optimal peak performance physically and mentally. See if you can wake up and have like a higher fat, higher protein, lower carbohydrate approach in the morning. Your clarity for that morning and afternoon will be far superior. Then post-training, yeah, bump a little bit of carbs in, absolutely 100%. But go through the day on lower carbohydrates, push the fats, push the protein, and then come the evening when we tend to relax, you know, get the Netflix on, sit with the missus, wind down. We're going to be in a far better position to deploy those carbohydrates, to relax us, to unwind, to indulge a little bit. Because let's say you've only ate 800, 900, 1,000 calories during the day of just protein and fats, you're sweet. I mean, you could deploy like a 1,000 plus calorie meal in the evening, get a majority of your carbs in and just hit a carb coma and conk the fuck out and have a really nice deep sleep. And that's what we're looking for more than anything else, is how we can get more granular when it comes to our nutrition. How can we get really clear on what foods make us feel certain ways, and how can we optimize when we eat certain things to create that energy from within that allows our bodies to be operating at the best standard consistently. So it's about being reflective, guys. It's about thinking what works, what doesn't work, rather than just being a passenger in life and essentially just eating things as you go, no pre-planning, no real autonomy, no real understanding with what is actually making you feel the way you feel. It's most likely what you're putting into your body. Inputs and outputs is always going to be the case. And the more granular you can get on understanding these factors, the better your success is going to be with energy, mindset, consistency, and how you generally feel in your body. Habit number 4 would be mental resilience training. And this is not like your airy-fairy journaling like a 6-year-old schoolgirl talking about how Chad in the hallway, you know, waved at us. Fuck that. It's not the case. I think if you are an ambitious man and you are trying to improve personally and professionally and you want to cultivate the best mindset possible, you need to be reflecting. You need to be asking yourself tough questions on a day-to-day basis to really unpack and understand what's working well in your life, and most importantly, what's not working well. Because if we can get right under the weeds of these driving factors behind your success or your downfalls, then you're going to start thriving. So inside the Peak Performance Project, we run a thing called AM priming and PM priming. AM priming is essentially a series of questions that you ask yourself that literally takes 5 minutes. And if you want to grab a copy, literally comment priming in the comments below. I'll send it over to you. But we run this, and it's about self-reflection. It's about understanding how you're going to be operating that day, what your goals are, visualizing who you need to be. Because the thing is, right, see, if you want to be here, your level of success and what you want is up here, but right now your personal development is down here. How we bridge that gap is essential. And the level of success will never outweigh your level of personal development. So if you're not developing yourself personally through journaling, through reflecting, through getting clear on the things that are actually driving you forward, aligning you with your mission, your vision, and your goals, then you're missing the fucking mark. It's like having a dartboard in front of you. And in one hand, you blatantly have a dart, but in the other hand, you have a fucking hot dog, and you're throwing the fucking hot dog at the dartboard, making a fucking mess of your life, right? That's exactly what you're doing right now, bro. So we need to gain accuracy. We need to be like Sierra 1, fucking Black Ops, sniper, like precision when it comes to our goals, our mission, what's working, what's not working, and how we can unpack that. And that's what you do in the morning. On an evening, you reflect on the day itself, and we ask ourselves those challenging questions. Where could I have been better? What needs to change? That's essentially what I came up with, the nutrition thing that I spoke about like 2 points ago. It's about understanding what is actually holding you back. What are the bottlenecks? What are the things in your life that you know, like fucking you know, if you were to change right now, you could stop being like a little pussy simp and you could actually start dominating your life. Because it blows my mind, lads, that you guys out there will happily spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours on a night time watching Netflix, just mindlessly scrolling on your phone. TikTok, Instagram, whatever it may be. Might even be consuming my content, which I love. You know, if you're not following me already, head over to the Instagram, Lewis McFarlane Coaching, follow my habits, they're class. But you're mindlessly just like binge consuming content, doom scrolling, we'll call it, right? Take 5 minutes and run yourself through a series of PM priming questions to cultivate that clear mental state, self-reflect, and trust me, boys, you will fall asleep 10 times faster and sleep deeper, knowing that that noisy mind of yours is less distracted. Because it's about brain dumping, getting rid of everything that's in your mind and bringing flow, bringing peace, bringing calm to what you're now living your life like, because you're actually taking ownership of this brain. Because if not, the monkey mind will take over. We'll start doing stupid, erratic shit every single day that will just misalign us and take us far away from our goals and make us feel guilt and shame every day because we're not behaving our way to success. Last but not least, lads, habit number 5, daily goal setting and reflection. So every single day you start at ground zero, okay? You're neutral. You have roughly 10 units of energy every single day to live your life, to do the tasks, to show up, to train, to do, you know, the list goes on. But every single morning you wake up, you open your eyes, and the world revolves around you. You're the center of your own life. You're in your own head. What to do here, what decision will I have, a tough conversation at work. Like your mind's already going to be scrambling. So if you don't have little micro goals laid out for that day, little non-negotiables, little periodized habits that you can follow through on, then you're going to start understanding very, very soon that you're not going to start moving forward at the pace and rate you want. So realize that yesterday's wins are not today's wins, boys. Get clear on that and understanding that neutral set point every day. It'll reset. So yesterday's wins are not today's wins, and so on and so forth. Because see, if you wake up and you now have these micro goals stacked in, you can literally start stacking W's straight away, stacking those wins, feeling good, knowing that you're moving forward. If you wake up and you're feeling neutral, nothing's going on, and you stub your toe, and you're like, fuck, stub my toe, and you start looking at Instagram straight away. You're like, fuck, your brain's got 100 miles an hour. You're trying to seek that dopamine. You go to the kitchen, you have a fucking donut, and you drink a coffee, then you go off to work with a sore toe, then you get a flat tire or something. Like, negative shit happens to negative mindset. You know, like, if you are not in a high frequency state straight off the bat and you know what you're focusing on for the day, you're going to be far, far more susceptible to run into volatilities and making problems for yourself. So it's about having those micro goals, those little mini ambitions that are going to allow you to move the needle forward when it comes to your success overall. Because see if you can stack them day in, day out, like the long game is the short game, and it's just literally a whole life lived of stacking little wins repetitively, one after the other, day after day, over time, to achieve what you're really looking for. And if you're not doing that, you're going to be missing a massive, massive component of really reaching your absolute best in life. And to expand on that ever so slightly, when you can run little self-assessment strategies like this, what is essentially going to happen is you can self-audit and course correct as you go. Because as I say, yesterday's wins aren't today's wins. If yesterday did not go to plan, what are the 1, 2, or 3 things that you can now do tomorrow to not make that mistake again? Because so many guys just fall aimlessly day in, days bleeding into one another, chasing their tail, procrastinating. And they're just so disconnected, emotionally unaware. Rather than just being logical and understanding, right, if that happened yesterday, I had an argument with my missus because I didn't put away my fucking dirty washing because I'm a slob. And I missed, you know, my meal prep. I ended up buying a foot-long Subway and felt like shit all day. And I missed training legs because, you know what, I didn't bring my shorts and my squat shoes. It's like, that's on you, bro. That's on you. So we need to have a clear understanding every single day, from goal setting, self-assessment, breaking everything down into the simplest ways possible. And it might sound crazy, but if you drop me a message in the comments below or even reach out to me on Instagram, I can send you the AM and PM priming, how to break all this down into the simplest format possible and essentially get you guys winning. This is essentially how we get results with all of our boys in VIP and CEO. And once we have it all laid out, crystal clear, plug and play, done for you, these guys, honestly, their life elevates at the fastest rate possible. They start dropping the fat, dropping the vices, getting clear in their lifestyle and mindset. They build the elite physique and become absolute savages. And boys, I make these videos, right, not only just because I popped modafinil on the way in here and I'm absolutely firing all cylinders, but I make these videos to help you. Because all the stuff I'm trying to teach you is stuff I would have loved to have known straight off the bat. But it's about actually taking on this education and taking action with it so you can cultivate the mind, the life, the body, the health that you desire. Because you're better than this, bro. You're an ambitious guy and you're pulling the right levers in some areas, successful with maybe career and relationships, but your body's not where it wants to be. Your energy's not where it wants to be. And people don't talk about this, right? People don't talk about this time, energy, or money. People think time, people think money. I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time. It's just not the case. You've got enough of that. You're like everyone else, but you don't have enough energy. So if we sort your energy, we get your energy sky fucking high so you can wake up at 4 a.m. and just grind all day, you're literally going to be the immovable force in life and just break past all these limiting beliefs, all these barriers, and just reach your absolute best. So guys, hope you enjoyed this little breakdown of the 5 habits for achieving peak masculine performance. I want you guys to either drop a like, drop a comment, share the page, whatever it may be, or make sure you hit that subscribe button. Guys, see you in the next one.